Have you ever wondered why some people swear by lifting heavy weights while others get absolutely jacked doing nothing but push-ups and pull-ups? The fitness world is split into two camps, and today we're diving deep into the ultimate showdown between traditional muscle building and calisthenics. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which path leads to your dream physique. Let me start with a story that might sound familiar. Last year, I met two guys at the gym who couldn't have been more different. Jake spent 2 hours every day moving iron, tracking every rep, every set, every pound added to the bar. Meanwhile, his buddy Marcus never touched a weight, but could perform human flags, one-arm push-ups, and muscle-ups that left everyone speechless. Both were incredibly fit, but their approaches were polar opposites. This brings us to the fundamental question: what's the real difference between muscle building through weightlifting and developing strength through calisthenics? The answer isn't as simple as you might think, and understanding these differences could completely transform your fitness journey. Traditional muscle building, often called bodybuilding or resistance training, focuses on progressive overload using external weights. The core principle is straightforward. You gradually increase the weight, reps, or intensity to force your muscles to adapt and grow. This approach targets specific muscle groups through isolation exercises, allowing you to sculpt your physique with surgical precision. When you're lifting weights, you're working with measurable resistance that can be incrementally increased. Want bigger biceps? Add more weight to your curls? Need stronger legs? Load up that squat bar. This method gives you incredible control over exactly which muscles you're targeting and how much stress you're placing on them. Calisthenics, on the other hand, uses your body weight as resistance. This ancient form of exercise has been around for thousands of years, long before the first dumbbell was ever forged. The word itself comes from the Greek words for beauty and strength, which perfectly captures what this training method is all about. But here's where it gets interesting. Calisthenics isn't just about doing basic push-ups until you're blue in the face. Advanced practitioners develop superhuman strength through progressions that would make your head spin. We're talking about planches, front levers, and handstand push-ups that require years of dedicated practice to master. Now, let's talk about muscle growth, because this is where people get confused. Many believe that calisthenics can't build significant muscle mass compared to weightlifting. This is partially true, but not for the reasons you might think. Traditional weightlifting excels at building muscle mass because you can easily manipulate the resistance. As your muscles adapt, you simply add more weight. This constant progression creates the perfect environment for hypertrophy, which is the scientific term for muscle growth. Calisthenics faces a unique challenge here. Your body weight remains relatively constant, so progression becomes more complex. However, clever practitioners have developed ways around this limitation. They use techniques like slowing down movements, adding pauses, progressing to harder variations, or incorporating weighted vests. The type of strength developed in each approach differs dramatically. Weightlifting typically builds what we call limit strength, which is your ability to move maximum weight in a specific movement pattern. This is why powerlifters can deadlift 3 times their body weight, but might struggle with a muscle up. Calisthenics develops functional strength that translates to real-world movements. This training builds incredible body awareness, coordination, and relative strength, which is your strength compared to your body weight. A skilled calisthenics athlete might not bench press as much as a bodybuilder, but they can manipulate their body in ways that seem to defy physics. Time efficiency presents another crucial difference. Weightlifting sessions can be incredibly efficient if you know what you're doing. You can target specific muscles, complete your workout in 45 minutes, and leave the gym knowing exactly what you accomplished. Calisthenics requires more time investment, especially in the beginning. Learning proper form for basic movements and progressing to advanced skills demands patience and consistent practice. However, once you develop proficiency, calisthenics workouts can be done anywhere, anytime, without any equipment. Cost considerations play a significant role for many people. Traditional muscle building often requires gym memberships, equipment purchases, and potentially supplement investments. The startup costs can be substantial, and monthly gym fees add up over time. Calisthenics eliminates these financial barriers. Your body is your gym, and the world is your training ground. Parks, beaches, living rooms, hotel rooms, everywhere becomes a potential workout space. This accessibility makes calisthenics incredibly appealing to people who travel frequently or have budget constraints. Injury risk varies between the two approaches as well. Weightlifting with heavy loads carries inherent risks, especially when proper form breaks down under fatigue. However, the controlled nature of weight training allows for precise load management. Calisthenics generally presents lower acute injury risk since you're not handling external weights. However, the complex movements and high skill requirements can lead to overuse injuries if progression is too aggressive or form is poor. The aesthetic outcomes differ significantly between these approaches. Weightlifting tends to create larger, more massive physiques with pronounced muscle definition. This is why bodybuilders consistently choose weights over bodyweight exercises for competition preparation. Calisthenics builds leaner, more athletic physiques with impressive functional capabilities. Think gymnasts, dancers, or martial artists rather than bodybuilders. Both looks are impressive, but they represent different aesthetic ideals. So which approach should you choose? The answer depends entirely on your goals, preferences, and lifestyle. If maximum muscle mass is your priority, traditional weightlifting holds the advantage. If you value functional strength, movement quality, and training flexibility, calisthenics might be your path. Remember, these approaches aren't mutually exclusive. Many successful athletes combine both methods, using weights for targeted muscle building and calisthenics for functional strength and movement quality. The best program is the one you'll actually stick with long-term. Whatever path you choose, consistency beats perfection every single time. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can.